There's things going on in my life. I'm confused. I'm broke. There's loneliness. There's depression. There's anxiety. There's feelings of meaninglessness. Why is it that I will ignore the reality of my situation? What is it that I'm focusing on if I do not want to see myself? If I don't want to see the truth about the moves that I'm actually making? What am I actually doing, right? What am I doing with my time? Hey, I'm making moves every single day. I'm making decisions every single day. I'm living my life. But I choose to ignore the reality of my situation. Stressed out. The positioning is off. Because I don't like the process and I don't like the end result. What am I actually doing? Now, the reason why I'm letting it sit for a little bit, because I want you guys to dive into it, right? I want you guys to see it for yourself. What am I actually doing when I do not address the root cause or I don't want to see myself, right? And why does one not want to see themselves? And as we go deeper into it, fam, it's important to see how one is putting themselves in a position that they're in, right? They place themselves in the situation that they're in. It's like, okay, I'm in this position. I don't want to see myself because there's emotion when I see myself. There's some sort of emotion. There's some sort of label and judgment that I give when I see myself for who I actually am. And depending on my intention, depending on my priorities, depending on what I value as important, will determine whether or not if I see this or if I want to see it to address it, right? So that means one is choosing to ignore itself, but when it ignores itself, it's focusing on something else. Clearly, right? Clearly, you still have to focus on something. You still have to focus on, you still have to exist, right? I'm ignoring myself to focus on what? I'm getting slapped in the face with the facts that I'm not choosing to understand. I'm living confused. I'm lost, right? Mind being pulled multiple directions on the day-to-day, psychologically pulled in many different directions, right? It's going this way, it's going that way, it's going this way, going that way. I'm being pulled psychologically. I don't want to address these problems. I don't want to accept the reality of my situation. I don't want to see it for what it actually is. So I spend most of my time not seeing myself. Think about it. This is the process of a mind that's not interested. This is the process of a mind that gets discouraged when it sees itself. I don't want to see myself because if I see myself, I have to address it. So I'm playing over here on this side of the world, on this side, right? My perspective is not on this, it's on this. And because of that, I'm creating an entire life in hopes that I do not see the reality of my situation. Which means I'm hurting myself for a moment of pleasure. I'm hurting myself and calling it fun. I'm hurting myself and saying, look, I'm just, things are tough. Things are hard. You don't understand, Anthony. This is a lot of things going on in my life. But here is where we need to put our focus on, right? We need to put our focus on this. But if I don't want to go deep into that, then I'm going to create this entire illusion out of fun, out of distraction, as a distraction, right? Something to focus on as a form of hope, as a form of interest, right? To make life interesting. I posted this quote up the other day. I said, an idle mind will hurt itself and create chaos to make a boring life interesting. Think about it. I don't want to address these problems. I don't want to address or see the reality of my situation. Because of that, I create an entire life around the avoidance of these problems. Now I still have to exist. I still have to live. In every moment of my life, I value escaping. Every moment of my life, I want to be numb. Every moment of my life, I want something to stimulate me. I want something to distract me. Are you guys here? Are you guys following? Are you guys following here? Give me some double hand emojis if you guys follow it. So I don't want to address this for whatever reason. I don't know what it means to dive into it. I built the habit of escaping. I built the habit of not looking. I built the habit of not seeing. I built the habit. It's a habit. I built it. This is how I see things. This is how I do things. I don't address it. I don't want to see it. I get discouraged when I see it. I get sad when I see it. I get afraid when I see it. So therefore, I'm going this direction. I'm looking at this side of things. I'm going this direction where I'm spending most of my time running away. I'm not looking at any mirrors because I don't want to see my body. I'm not following any content that reminds me of myself because I'm not looking to see myself. What's the greatest escape? Who are the people I can talk to run away with? What drug can I stimulate my mind with? What's the new film coming out that I can watch every moment to moment? New TV show that will keep me distracted? What's the strongest drug you have so I can just not be present, right? Now we're talking about those things as ways of life. People value this stuff as a way of life. Now, is it bad to do that? Is it bad to watch a good movie? Is it bad to hang out? Is that bad? Because people get it confused. Anthony, so I'm never going to do that? Don't ever do that? There's problems in my mind that I don't understand. So I spend my entire life running away from it. I built a whole life around escapism, running away. That means the people that I hang out with, I use them to not see myself. There's not a question if this is good, bad, right, or wrong. This is just what's happening, right? You can celebrate life and you can enjoy it, of course. Of course, you can watch a great movie and enjoy yourself, of course. But what happens when those things become a way of life? There's a different story there going on, fam. This is something different. I don't want to see myself, and somebody who doesn't want to see themselves create an entire lifestyle so they won't see themselves. So it's like never-ending conflict. Never-ending conflict. Never-ending psychological battle. A battle with themselves every single day. From moment to moment. Then there is boredom. That's how boredom kicks in. That's how dullness kicks in. That's how sluggish kicks in. I have no intention to address this. The escape routes are not enough for me. So I'm in the limbo mode. Right? I'm in this limbo mode. Think about it. Let's follow this process. I know some of you guys are here. I'm in limbo. I don't want to address this, and the escape routes are not stimulating enough. What's the next belief system to have? What's the next fantasy to dive into? What else can I do to stimulate this mind? Because, the reality of my situation is here, but I have zero intentions to address it or to understand it. The moves I need to make is here, but I'm unwilling to do that. So therefore, I want to be over here. Okay, what's more exciting? What's more stimulating? What's more fun? Who can I hang out with? What can I do? How can I waste my time? Because I'm in this moment where I'm looking to always run away. Again, an idle mind will hurt itself and create chaos to make a boring life interesting, right? And in the caption on this quote, I said, a lot of unnecessary problems come with boredom. Boredom means, check this, a lot of unnecessary problems come with boredom. Problems mean needing to solve. Problems mean drama, entertainment, something to focus on, is a form of distraction needed to ignore the feeling of meaninglessness, which all creates a sense of purpose for the moment. What does that mean? Why do I say that? Because if I have no intention to address the root cause to the problems in my mind, I have no interest to understand myself, I have no real interest in myself, I'm going to play on this side, right? My entire focus, my priorities is to run away. My entire priorities is to build an entire life that I can escape and enjoy and have quote unquote fun, right? From moment to moment escape. Moment to moment pleasure. But what happens when those things are no longer stimulating anymore? When what you called fun before, you outgrow that. It's not enough. So now you're sitting here, it's like, okay, now what am I doing? What can I do in this position, this limbo mode? These problems I don't understand, I'm lost, confused because I never address it. These escape routes are all slowly coming to an end. What do I focus on? What do I do? What do I do, right? What do I do? What do I do in this moment? Everything gets dull and everything feels meaningless, right? So now, when I tell people this, I want to break it down, observe it within yourself and observe it with others. What are most people are doing, right? How come most people are lost and confused and just accept it? I don't know what to do, right? I don't know what to do. Like, how can I do? I don't know what to do. How come we all know the solution to our problems, yet we're unwilling to do it? How come we're unwilling to bet on ourselves when it comes to certain things? Hey, I don't know certain things because I'm lost and confused. How come we don't invest in ourselves? Hey, I don't really know fitness. Why you don't have a fitness coach? Hey, I don't know, I don't know about the mind. Why you don't have a mindset coach or a mentor or something like this? Some of you guys are on here, right? Now, again, I'm not saying, because this is tough as well. Hold on, this is tough because there's a lot of people who are not qualified to do it, right? There's a lot of people not qualified. So now you're following people who are unqualified to do it, who are doing it for the wrong reason. So then now it becomes this followers mentality rather than a conversation towards the truth. You guys get what I'm saying? So it's very difficult now. So now, again, I have no intention to address these problems. The escape routes are all slowly coming to an end. I need more stimulation. I need more. I'm in this situation. What happens to this mind? This is a mind that is dull. This is a mind that needs to wake itself up. How does it wake itself up? You guys following this? Are you guys following this? This is good stuff. Oh, I'm glad you think so. I'm super glad. You guys following this? You guys see this? Give me some fire emojis if you guys feeling this right now and following this. We're just having a conversation. It's you and I walking towards the truth. We're breaking down this process of a mind that's not interested in itself. We're breaking down the process of a mind that's looking to run away. Why doesn't it not want to see the reality of this situation? Why does it get discouraged? Why does it feel bad? Why does it label it as negative when it sees itself? Why? These questions are very interesting to me. Why? Why is it not interested? Why is it not interested in itself? Complacency? Okay, but why? Why? How does that, why? What is that? What is complacency? Why is that? How does one get complacent? There's problems in the mind I don't understand and how serious this is. But I've built an entire life around the avoidance of my problems, which means I've just accepted. I just accepted this situation. The escape routes are all slowly coming to an end. How long can you continue to watch the same movie until you're like, well, I'm not watching this movie anymore, right? How long can you associate with one person for so long until you're like, yo, this is not, it's not giving me what I want anymore. Just think about how many people are using others and then they get bored of them because they don't give them what they want, right? How long can you continue to go out on that Friday night every single time to the same spot with the same humans, to the same thing and do the same thing and listen to the same music? How long can you do those things for? Until it becomes no longer stimulating. How can you listen to the same song over and over and over on repeat until it gets, okay, this doesn't do anything for me anymore? What is my point? What I mean is, all the escape routes will inevitably come to an end. And now you are face to face again with this decision that you have to make. You're constantly being reminded from moment to moment, yo, are you going to address and see yourself finally? Because you can't run away from it. Eventually, one drug is not enough. One drink is not going to be enough. Then 2 drinks, and then you go 3 drinks, and then you go 4 drinks. 1 cigarette's not enough, then you need a whole pack, and then 1 pack is not enough, then you need 2 packs, and then 2 packs is not enough. How long can we run away for? How long? How long? How long can we run away for? Where we're in limbo mode, where we're like, I don't want to address this. There's no urgency. I'm sluggish. I'm confused. I'm dull, right? And you're dragging to see yourself. There's no way you can see yourself. So now I create this fantasy because it makes life much more interesting. Think about this. I create this whole fantasy because it makes life more interesting. I have no intention to change. I just want to wish and hope. I create these illusions to why I can't. These illusions in my mind to why I can't do something. Again, fam, we're those of you who are joining in right now, we're breaking down a mind that does not want to see itself. A mind that does not want to see the actuality of its situation. How interesting is this, right? This is, I don't know if you're interested as much as I am, but I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing that. I'm interested in seeing this play out. It doesn't matter I have no intention to see the facts. The escape routes are coming to an end slowly, right? I feel dull, sluggish, confused. I create these fantasies. I have these fears. I create these illusions. Right? On why the world's the way it is, or something to give me some sort of hope, some sort of dream, right? I'm interested more in that because life at the present moment doesn't seem interesting. Again, we're breaking down this process. We're following it. I depend on these things more outside of myself because I've built the habit of not looking. I've built the habit of not seeing. Very interesting. Very, very interesting, family. Very interesting. How many of you are interested? How many of you are interested in this process? This process to me is very interesting. You break it down. So how do we spark this mind up? How do we wake this mind up? How does a mind that's so dull, so sluggish, so lost, so confused, how do we wake that mind up? Right? First of all, there has to be awareness of the fact that it knows it is lost and confused. It has to be aware of the moves it's making. It has to admit it to itself that it's been running away. It has to admit it to itself exactly by questioning everything. By questioning everything. It has to admit to itself, I'm not really interested. So it starts with admitting that. awareness of itself. But can a lost and a dull mind be aware of itself when it's not interested in seeing itself? But the moment it gets interested, it starts to see itself for what it actually is. Right? I'm in this moment. Oh, I see myself. Boom. Awareness. That's number one. Number two, it must question all of its escape routes, right? I built this entire life around the avoidance of my problems. I built the entire life on running away. Everything and every person and every human being in my life, for the most part, I've attracted with this lost mind. Meaning I've made friends, I've dated, I've done all these things with a mind that's lost and confused. What happens when you get clear? What happens when you recognize that you've just been using people to run away? What happens? What happens to the relationships with the people? Hey, I've used you to run away. What happens when you no longer want to run away anymore? What happens? Hey, I've used you to run away. I no longer want to run away. What happens to that relationship that was built on the foundation of running away? Do you wonder why most marriages end? Do you wonder why most relationships come to an end? Do you wonder why most friendships grow different directions? Do you wonder why? I used you to run away from me. The second I want to start getting focused, what happens to us? Did we see that? Do we see that? What happens to the escape routes that you've used to run away? When you no longer want to run away, all the escape routes come to an end. Now you are face to face with what it is that you need to address. You start making moves, you start moving with urgency because now all the escape routes have come to an end. For the most part, right? We're talking about moment to moment escapes come to an end. Your position now, you're forced because you've created this entire life around the avoidance of your problems. You will always look to create something new. You will destroy the position you are in to create something new. Now, do you see why, fam? Do you see this? And give me some eyeballs if you see this. Give me that one eyeball if you see this real quick. Do you see? If I built an entire life around the avoidance of my problems, the moment I become clear, it destroys this position that I'm in. And now I'm forced to create something new. Environment, people, moves, goals, everything comes to an end because I did this with a lost mind. Now, do you see why, fam, most people want to stay lost? Give me some eyeballs, fam, if you see this. Give me some eyeballs if you see this. Do you see why most people will choose to not get clear, will choose to not see the facts? Because it means putting an end to everything they've built up to this point with the lost mind. I've built this relationship with a lost mind. I've built this friendship with a lost mind. I've built this career with a lost mind. I built this career, this friendship. I built this home. I built everything with a lost mind. I've built this business with a lost mind. What happens when I become clear? I see the world through a totally different pair of eyeballs, right? Different lens. I see things differently. Now, when you see things differently, instantly you make changes. Instantly there is change. Instantly. Now, do you see? And then I see all the eyeballs on here. I see all you guys putting the eyeballs. Do you see why one will choose not to be clear? Do you see why one will have a debate with themselves? I don't think this is right, or I don't think this is the solution, or I don't think I should go that direction. I'm afraid to make these decisions. Because the truth will destroy everything you've built. And it will allow you to see things with a fresh mind, a clear mind, a mind that has direction, a mind that understands, a mind that is most aware, a mind that is most clear. That means it puts itself in a position in life where everything changes. The fear comes from putting an end to the known. The fear comes from the known, where I've created this known lifestyle, right? I know the misery. I know the pain. I know this limitation. Yes, there's limitation, but at least I know it. And the moment one becomes clear, I no longer have a relationship with the things I know. I no longer have the same relationship with the things that I know. I'm not interested no more in the weekends and hanging out. I'm talking about a mind that finally gets clear, right? I don't want to hang out. Let's go celebrate somewhere else. Let's go do something else. Wait a minute, but these people I'm around are all coming together to run away from themselves. They're using me to not see them, and I'm using them to not see me. But what happens when I want to see me? Then I don't need them. Okay, boom. This business I've been building, wait a minute, this is the wrong business. I got to redo, I need to create something new. But wait a minute, create something new in this bit. Wait, what? But I've invested so much. This marriage, I've been around for this for a while, but wait a minute. We've outgrown each other? No. Let's make it work. Therapy. Do we see why most people would choose to stay lost? Most people would choose to stay confused. And if you're following this, I want you to see this if you're following it in a real way, because there's people who are listening and there's people who are following, as in not following me, following the process themselves. Look at it in a real way. Give me the double hand emoji. If at one point you've seen, you've seen certain people in your circle and you're like, yo, I can't be around this anymore. People who are hanging out in a certain circle, you say, yo, I'm out of here. How many of you have bounced from a certain circle? But you love them. I love you. I've hung out with you so long. And then there was a change in your perspective and then you removed yourself from the circle. How many of you have left jobs because you see the environment that you're in? Give me the double hands if any of this applies to you. How many of you have put an end to soda? Because at one point you said, hey, I love soda. I love to drink Coke. And at one point you was like, you know what, man, I'm not interested in this. So you put it to an end. How many of you looked at somebody? And said, yo, hold on. We're in a relationship. We're together. We're building a life together. But you feel like you've outgrown the situation. Or you guys have grown, you have separated in different directions. What does that mean? Right? What does that mean? Again, give me the double emoji, the double hand, Rock Nation emoji. Yeah, give me the Rock Nation. Yo, right, that's right. It is the Rock Nation shit. I just realized that. Again, give me the double hands if you guys see this. Where you have put an end to something that you were who you were at that time. You've built it up to that point. You've grown and then you put it to an end. That is what I'm talking about. So now what happens when I don't want to put something to an end because of fear? What happens? I don't want to put this to an end because of fear. What happens? I will have conflict with myself. I will ignore the facts about it all. I will ignore the truth about it all. I will ignore it because if I see it, I will be forced to cut it off. So therefore, I want to go back to being lost and confused out of fear of jumping into the unknown or out of fear of creating something new. Are you guys seeing this, yo? We seeing this? This ain't no, like, you gotta really follow this to see this. This is not no fucking, hey, get motivated with Manaya in the morning. No, this is some shit where your mind is being challenged and stimulated to the point of like, yo, I gotta follow this to understand. Like, you know, like, hey, you can do it. Make moves in your life. Success, be focused. It's like, yo, all these things. Let's look at the facts. I'm interested in the facts. You guys feeling this? Last emojis I want to see. Give me some last fire emojis. Who's on here? That's when the chaos happens. 100%, that's when the chaos happens. I'm glad you followed that. I'm glad you saw that. Give me some fire emojis, fam, before I let you go. Got a packed day today, so I got to bounce. But give me some fire emojis. This video will go up. This live will go up on my YouTube channel. Go check that out. Also, if you haven't done so yet, fam, trust me when I tell you, sign up to my $5 a month daily journal. Trust me, if you're on here and you've been thinking about it, you've been debating it, trust me when I tell you, hit the link in my bio, get access to my journal. It's content that I do not share on social media. It's daily perspective and daily questioning, right? Daily questioning my thoughts on myself, my thoughts on the world. Every day is different. Every day is different. So if you're somebody on here who's been thinking, yo, what is this daily journal this guy has going on? Like, I don't get it. $5 a month. Like, no, I don't want to spend. Listen, trust me when I tell you, sign up for it and see it for yourself. There's no way you can read this and not have a perspective shift. There is no way you can dive into it and not see yourself. So go ahead and sign up for that. AnthonyManaya.com. Link is in my bio. Sign up for that right now. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And do me a solid favor. Have a great day. Much love to you guys. Take care, y'all. I'm out. Peace.